Okay, pretty girls, listen up. If you want to be irresistible to a man, there's only one thing you need to do. Live your life. When a man sees a woman focused on her goals and focused on who she is, you instantly become 10 times more attractive. You become someone that he wants to go after. If you're sitting around waiting for his text, worried because he left you unread, and thinking, I wonder if he's talking to anyone else, you are not making yourself the priority. And you are unintentionally, without even knowing, putting this man on a pedestal that he shouldn't be on in the first place. You should be on a pedestal, your goal should be on the pedestal, and then once this person proves to you that they deserve a spot in your head and in your life, then you can start becoming a little bit more emotionally invested. But up until then, you are just setting yourself up for hurt. So don't do it and save yourself the heartache. I love you guys, stay pretty.
My loves, listen up, because you need to step into your feminine role right away when you're dating. I really can't stress this enough, because the sooner you're able to master this is the sooner that you get on the right trajectory for the right treatment, the right relationships, and the right person you're meant to find. Now, I definitely think that we have the possibility to have many soulmates in our lives, but what I'm concerned with is that you are getting the right treatment you deserve, because you are a divine being. In all honesty, I cannot sit here and watch you get less than you deserve. General rule of thumb in life, we always teach people how to treat us. We teach people what we will and what we will not accept from them. And just in this world that we live in, when it comes especially to men, you need to come in right away with your standards. So my love, what this is going to look like is a very busy life yourself. Now, I'm not saying that you have to work crazy hours, but I am saying that you have to fill your life with so many enriching experiences, hobbies, people, and this is your responsibility. You have to be the one bringing all of this zest, this joy to your own life first and foremost. Honey, I want to see you taking those walks outside. I want to see you starting those hobbies that you've always wanted to do, whether that's baking, pottery, drawing, painting, to the gym, Pilates, yoga. You're going to be so involved in your own life. And when it comes to your dating, when it comes to especially those initial stages, I want you to be a little bit more pulled back into yourself. If this man possibly wants you in his life, he is going to, number one, respect your busy schedule. And number two, because of this, he's going to plan in advance. He's going to make sure that it's something that you deem worthy to show up to give your energy to, because your energy is so sacred and you take that very seriously. And for the key point here, what we're going to do, you and me, is we are going to sit back and we are going to observe him. I really want you to hone in and pay attention to how he treats the staff in the place. I want you to pay attention to what he says about his friends, about his family, about his work. I don't want you to initiate anything. I don't want you to initiate plans, texts, calls. I want you to sit back in your own wonderful, beautiful life that you've curated, and I want you to see if he is truly going to step up to the plate, to see if he is going to be the man or the person that is going to value your time, value your energy, and is going to put in the effort to prove it to you that he really wants to be in your life. Again, your only responsibility is to be in your own energy, to focus on making your life rich and loving and incredible. And I'm definitely not saying you have to be cold to him. Actually, quite the contrary. Show up as your beautiful, loving self, but just make sure that your interest in him doesn't overshadow and overpower all of the amazing things that you have inside of yourself. Now, this is a practice. For sure. This is something that has taken me quite a few years to master. Now I really feel like I'm a success story and I can be your example, because while practicing this, even though maybe I didn't always want to take the back seat and maybe where I wanted to pursue a little bit more, forcing myself to kind of hone in back to my own energy, take my own power back, I was able to attract the most amazing man, amazing relationship that I've ever had, because I honestly didn't give him truly the time of day until he actively put in the work and showed me consistently with his actions that he wanted to be with me, that he was going to provide, that he was going to be someone who was really wanting to make my life better in every way he could. Because, my love, you and me, we're never going to be with people unless they actively make our lives better. Trust.
How can you tell if a guy likes you? I think I've landed on one that's pretty much universal, and I will go so far as to say that if you see this in the guy, then he's probably in deep like or falling in love with you. If your guy is mindful of you, what does that mean? Mindful doesn't mean like, oh, he went to grab something to eat and then like texted you like, do you want something? I'll pick you something up. No, it's a step further than that. Mindful is, you know what's mindful? Mindful is he wakes up in the morning, looks out the window, sees that it's raining, connects the dots and thinks, I know she has a 10 a.m. class. I'm going to send her an Uber. That's mindful. When you see him start to view everything through the lens of how it could impact you beneficially or adversely, you've got yourself a keeper, and that boy is sprung.
And if they say that you're the only girl they're talking to, that you're the only girl he calls baby cake, sweetie, honey.
I am very grateful that I've never been through these situations, but I feel like that's because I will only feel that a man cares about me and loves me until he's paying my rent. If you guys hear her in this video, if he says, okay, but what is he doing, sweetie? Why are you believing everything he says? Like Tania Luceli says, a naive woman will believe whatever a man says. A smart woman will only listen to it. When all you do is require words from a man, that's all he's going to give you. Because words are free. He can tell you one thing and he can tell another 1,000 girls that same thing. But when you require a man to invest, it will be a lot harder for him to do the same for other girls. Trust me, he's not going to want to risk to lose what he's investing in.
The biggest investment and achievement for every man on this planet is the woman on their side. The more put together, the more healthy, the more beautiful, the more confident a woman looks, that is the biggest reflection of her man. That means she's being looked after, she's eating well, she's sleeping well, she probably has amazing sex, she's happy, she's confident. The more stressed out a woman looks on a man's side, that is a huge reflection also of that man. If a man is truly emotionally committed to you, they want to provide their resources for you, which is time, energy, and money. You are draining yourself out to be with this man. It's not always the man's fault that you are actually so drained next to him. Because some women let the man do that to them. By not setting boundaries, by letting him become comfortable, by letting him walk all over you, by not speaking up for yourself, but still cooking, cleaning, giving him sex whenever he needs, not having your own life, not having any girlfriends, not having any purpose, not having any passion, not doing anything to fill your own cup, okay? So of course you become his doormat. And it reflects physically in the way you hold yourself and carry yourself throughout the world. And yes, even though I said in the beginning of the video that is a reflection of the value the man brings into your relationship or marriage, it is just as much your responsibility to fix that. If you've been overcompensating to be valued by this man and loved, do the opposite. Pull away. Do a little less. Talk a little less. Don't always pick up the phone. Don't always clean. Don't always cook him the 4-course meal. Don't always give him sexy time, okay? Because all of a sudden, your indifferent actions will make him think, why is she behaving differently? And this man is forced to step up his game, or he will fade out of your life if he doesn't do so, okay? So either way, with this advice, you can save yourself, your dignity, your self-respect, and not dropping your crown, and you can still walk away with your pride still intact, okay? If you beg him for attention time, to change his actions, to suddenly come your way again, you lose your dignity and your self-respect, and you're only proving to him how emotionally affected you are by him not acting right with you. Okay, so don't do that.
Hey bestie, do you know how you can tell if a man is a provider? He provides. All these men who tell you that they will provide if this, if that, they're not providers. Because a provider provides, that's it. You don't need to audition for a man's provision, because you know why? He's auditioning for your presence, time, and gifts. Stop dating men in receiving mode. Bestie, wake up!